Hello, hello, hello. It is Aliatana and I am back with another speed build. Yeah, it's been a while. I went on a little bit of a YouTube hiatus, as you say, before I even got into it. It's a lot of work to edit and stuff, and I needed to focus on one thing. So I've been focused on streaming on Twitch recently, but I have some time right now, so I figured I would record a speed build. So I built this little cottage. I call it a village cottage. So it's in the village in Hemford on Bagley, in Finchwick. And basically, I'm using a lot of packs, but I'm focusing mostly on cottage living, obviously, and there's some seasons mostly outside too. I think those two packs look pretty good together. But yep, this is supposed to be sort of like a small little cottage that's been in the village for a while, and it's been renovated, and it's more modern. It has an addition. You'll see I kind of pull back the second floor there a little bit soon, and that's going to become sort of a special like first floor addition area. But I basically built this cottage for two of my Sims who are retiring, and one of them, Nadia, she runs a bakery, and the other one, Liz, she is a lawyer, and I thought it would be really nice for them to retire to Henford on Bagley. And also, I just want more opportunities to play. Yeah, this roofing stuff, did all that stuff, no reason. Anyway, it's okay. That's how roofing goes in Sims 4. Alright, so you see now I've made my little extension properly. I realized I forgot what I wanted to do and changed it. So it's gonna have a skylight, obviously. So that's what I'm building now. But basically it's kind of like a greenhouse edition. So I've seen a lot of these. There's one on like the rental property up in the other Bramblewood area. And it has like a lot of glass, a lot of windows. And you see out in nature. And that's kind of what I was trying to go for here. But obviously they're in town, so it's a little bit more modern. But very high pitched ceiling there with the glass. And yeah, these nice and eco lifestyle, obviously best windows. Love these. They're so beautiful. Love the modern. And these cute little circular windows are from Cottage Living. So those are like the nice little like character pieces I'm throwing back in. So that's like an ode to the old cottage that used to be here. But yeah, roofing this thing is just a nightmare, obviously. Roofing in general is a nightmare in The Sims, but you make it work because you have to. But I also kind of made it so that there's a second addition at the back as well, you'll see. So there's a second door there. So you can think of it as the main cottage was in the front there, and then the two side pieces there are sort of like the addition. And once I get the paint on there, it'll be easier to understand. But I wanted to use a lot of these cute little doors with the mailbox slots, even though there's no mailbox over there. I like those doors a lot. One of my favorites in the pack. And those are the seasons doors are really nice. I like the seasons doors and windows as well. I know I said this before, but I'm a big fan. What? Oh yeah, this roofing, man. Yeah, see, I just gave up. I think I eventually just gave up, to be quite honest, because the whole situation is just silly. Yeah. Yeah, I just increased it. Yep, sounds about right. Make it work for what we need. You can place windows all you want, Anyways, so I want to also make this sort of my unsolicited review of that no one asked for of the cottage living pack. I know no one cares what my opinion is, but honestly, I'm having so much fun with it. I've been playing it a lot. I have a Rags to Riches going with it, where my Sim Serenity is gardening, so I'm getting her to do the oversized crops and garden and like regular harvestables and gardening, and that's how she makes her money. I also obviously have this Let's Play with the Narencheks, where I have Liz and Nadia who are moving out into Henford on Bagley, but they're going to be in the village area. Oh yeah, so I closed this off, just going back to this. So this is where I want to show you sort of the floor plan situation, what I was thinking. Let me walk you through it, because it changes. But basically that addition is the kitchen dining room in my head. And I was having a trouble figuring out where I was going to put the living room and the bedroom, because I wanted there to be, a loft upstairs with a bathroom. But that was going to be like a second bedroom sort of / office area for Liz as a lawyer. And then it kind of dawned on me, I can just like, fold the stairs a little bit more and make it bigger. See, this is always my solution, is make it bigger. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. Oh, these little additions. Those additions are cute, except it jumps halfway into your build as well, you know. Interesting. Anyways, so where was I? Oh, yes, my different Let's Plays. So, yeah, I've been playing this a lot. And then I also have just my Sim Self Let's Play, actually. My Sim Self is currently living in Henford on Bagley, and she's gardening and has a llama named Neville and is living the dream. So, you know, we are also just, you know, we have our evil chicken that we're trying to sick on Jay. But, you know, things happen. Anyway, I play on Twitch as well, just so you know. Usually Let's Plays are 3 days of the week, and 2 days of the week I focus on builds. This time around I didn't actually stream this because I wanted to record it for speed build. See, purposes have changed now, so I have to be very you know, tactical in when I record. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So lots of stairs in this place. I also decided to screw platforms. I didn't want things jumping around. I didn't need the glitches. I didn't want to deal with that crap, so I just put it on a foundation. Classic, but you know what? I think it matches the whole cottage vibe. Anyway, so we added a second addition, as you can see on the side. So that's kind of like the laundry room slash, like, you know, coat room. And you have an entrance out from the patio and then actually into the house. Then there's the bathroom right beside it, right beside the stairs there, and then the master is behind. And it's kind of the bathroom on the main floor also has a door into the master. So basically, the first floor has one bathroom, one bedroom, and then up on the second floor we have the lofted area and another full bathroom. That's kind of like a modern revitalization, you can say. Yeah, I tried to work with that, and then I was like, no. So anyways, I used the flower boxes from Cottage Living. I think they're really cute, the white ones. They really match everything really well, you know. Sometimes the platforms, though, the decks, they really bother me. Also, I'm really a fan of a lot of the build items in this Cottage Living pack, but the biggest one I haven't put down yet. It's the hardwood floors. But the banisters, I wish there were slightly more swatches that were normal. I would say that. Oh, there they are. The beautiful wood floors. I love every single swatch of those floors. I love every one. Normally, I have a couple that I hate. I only use like 2 or 3 swatches. Not this time. So, yeah, I made a little nook for the laundry to stack into, and then that other side of the nook is the toilet nook. See how that works? Crazy. So, yeah, this section is like the little coat room slash laundry room, and you walk out to the side, you can go out to the village. I also I added things later on when I moved my Sims in. I added the garden on that side as well, so it's like you put your boots on to go to the garden. All right, so then we have the kitchen. This was a fun one to do. So I wanted it to be very modern. Basically, the Sims living here really dislike like boho contemporary. So I was like, okay, let's make it modern. And I went with the black floors because I don't normally do that. So made a change. Was going to do cottage living, but I figured it wasn't going to be modern enough for the Sims taste. So changed it up. So this area, I ended up making kind of like a 2-seated area. So there's like a bar area, and then the other side there's like a 4-person dining table. Again, we're downsizing. It's only a 2-bedroom house. Only 2 Sims live here, and sometimes they have people come. I do like these cabinets. That one is kind of interesting. I like how it's just in the middle. And then, yeah, I changed my mind here. I made it into like sort of one side is where the kitchen is of the wall, half wall, and the other side is the bar. And I actually used the different cupboard or cabinet from Stream Home Decorator. So yeah, used a lot of packs, but you know what? I like having free reign. That's why I bought it, okay? Anyway. Yeah, finding chairs that I liked. I mean, the decorator ones are fine. I was just unsure whether they'd be able to walk around, but I guess I think that Sims need more berth of area than they think they do. I guess they don't. I always feel like I need to make a lot more space for them, but you know. Oh, see, these cupboards are just gonna bother me. I think I ended up moving that one completely over. Yeah, that glitch was too much for me. And then that was weird on the side. Yeah. And then I think I ended up taking out one of the windows here because I figured, you know what? Let's make this whole area useful and we'll put a sink there. Oh yeah, I love that sink from Country Living, the like white farmhouse sink. I wish I could just put that sink somewhere on its own. But no, it's not possible. Anyway. So anyway, that was my first go at the kitchen. We come back later. Oh. And then we are putting in those doors. These Cottage Living doors are very cute. I don't know if like I would use them in real life, you know, with like the circular thing. It's a little strange, but I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them. All right. And then trying to figure out the living room. That's what I was doing here. I was trying to figure out where can I squeeze a living room in this tiny space that I have back here. And it's because I want this place to be little and quaint because I've already made it big. I've already made it bigger than I wanted it to be, really. I also really wanted to use these new fireplaces. That one is stunning. I love it. But the couch was hard to figure out. This was a very small space. I think, end up making it bigger again because it just wasn't big enough. But, you know, you do what we need to do. At least there's a walkout straight through, you know, you can walk straight out to the backyard. There's the TV mounted, yeah, that looks a little bit glitchy when we go through the tour later, you'll see it. It's kind of funny. I'll point it out, but you know. Figuring out the couch, though, I think I ended up choosing, this little two-seater from Parenthood because I didn't know what to do with it. We had this weird staircase, the area behind, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's put a bookshelf. At least there's like a space there. We can put a plant in that corner, you know, fill the room up, but it still needed space on that outside area. So I don't know why I went up there. I just decided to put the lights on upstairs. You know, sometimes it makes no sense. And then actually painting. So this is where I started figuring out what's an extension and what's not. So we have the stone area is the original cottage, if you want to think about it that way. So the gray-green stone is the original, and then the extension's like a pine kind of panel. You'll see once I put it on. It's the one, I think it's actually the one from, Cats and Dogs, And the Cats and Dogs one matches again because that one's a very like Cape Cod-y kind of vibe. So that side area, the back area, and the kitchen area is all the extension, and then the green is all the original cottage. So I don't do that a lot. I try to mix up my paints for the exterior, but I never do it well. But I think I did it decently this time. So props to me. Anyway, so back to my unsolicited opinion of cottage living. I am obsessed with the llamas. I think it's so funny that they spit on you and like whack at you and you don't want to be sheared and stuff. Also, I can make a rainbow llama and a pink llama, and it's amazing. I'm obsessed with it. The one thing I would say is that the oversized crops, I understand why it takes them longer to grow because you make more money, but like I feel like they should be affected by seasons, you know, but I understand it would be more complicated. So it would make my life harder too. But again, it does make sense in my opinion, but anyway, that's fine. My other opinion of it is I constantly seem to be losing like my relationship with the locals. So like I'll talk to Agatha or I'll talk to Agnes and I'll do something for them, and then all of a sudden they forget that I exist and I forget they exist. And I'm like, what? And I'm trying to deliver them something and I'm friendly introducing. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is dumb. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's the pack or what. Also, I was trying to do something cool on the ground. It did not work. So we're going to be going soon into, trying to get this inside area completed. I have a lot of nice modern lights in this place too. I didn't use any of the cottage living lights, the older ones, because I want this to be like they renovated it. And like the Sims that are living here, trust me, they want a renovation. They don't want an old house. Like the only way they were moving here and Liz was going to put up with it because she's a snob. But the only way Liz was going to put up with it was that if it was like nice. I also really like that, like, technically that is whole room is open, so you don't have another wall on the other side where the stairs are, so it's kind of like you could see on both sides as you're walking up. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if that's like kind of sketchy if you think about it when you're like actually walking up the stairs, but I think it's neat. Oh, finding another color. Yeah, so black tiles, finding a color that matches. I think what I ended up doing, I actually went back and fixed this for the tour. I used the outside cottage wall again because again, it's a it's an addition, so that's what it was. So I had a brick wall on the other side. I ended up changing that to the cottage wall. I did keep that tile though in the kitchen because yeah, you would have an updated tile. So, but the columns break it up so it works. But yeah, this is a very black and white kitchen. Oh, I love that hanging plant too from Paranormal Stuff. There's just like a few little items in every pack that I like a lot. That's the problem. That's why I end up using so many packs because there's just like little favorites in each one. I mean, I'll try my best not to do that, but you know. Also, alt placing objects, it's like you have to put the counters way far away or it clips to it. It's so irritating. We need to figure out a better solution. Oh man, I don't know what the solution is, but oh yeah, and then I wanted to do something interesting with like a shelf here. So you have like an open shelf above the sink. You can like put like stuff on. So should they put like I put like a book, so it's like a cookbook almost up there that they have chilling. Yeah, and if you, I mean a knife set too, but I didn't want to put it up there. But yeah, the just having that shelf was a little interesting. It kind of adds to the vibe a bit. I also really love that stove. That's the Jungle Adventure stove. I think it's so beautiful. Um, the gas is just very nice. I think it matches well with this place. Also, there's no air conditioning in this place. Although I have seasons and I can put it in, I did not put a temperature gauge because it's the village, it's the cottage. I want it to be like, you know, more vibey. So when I moved them in, it was winter. They actually turned on the fireplace and they were using the fireplace for heat, which is amazing. Once it becomes summer and it starts being hot, I'm not sure if fans are going to be enough for them, but we're going to try. Um, but that's an option. Like if you want to, you can always throw an AC in. That's probably a good option. Okay, so now we're starting to do the outside. So this area took me quite a while to do. I had visions. So this is like a little like nook where you can sit and watch the world go by, you know? So I have like some growth out on the building here. It, you know, overgrown, looks lovely, but it took a lot of time for me to figure it out. And also I love that it's overgrown over like the laundry room window. Like no one cares about that window. So it's fine. Like that's totally cool. Then we have this other section beside the door where I have a little boot area so you can take your shoes off right there. And then I have a little the umbrella rack. Obviously that's important because it rains like a mother here. And then we have little chairs, outside chairs you can just sit on to take your shoes on and off or whatever you want to do. Oh my god, finding a mat for this was the absolute worst. I don't know why, but there's no good sized door mat to me. Like it doesn't make sense. Like that's not a good size to me. I need two, but it looks stupid. So I end up taking another one, I think, and sizing it down, and it ends up being the size that I like. Like that's a good size to me. I sized down another rug. Like it's so stupid. Give me the right size. Anyway. Okay, so I did use the outdoor lights for cottage living. Not these ones. I ended up, yeah, using the cute little mason jar ones because I think they match the vibe. I think that's something Nadia would definitely put. Not everyone though. I have the other one in front of the boot room slash mud room slash laundry room. It's a different style. That's okay. So figuring out the room here, we just have like a little stone area. I liked the blue, but it didn't match the vibe we were going with, so change the color there. Adding windows upstairs as well, important. So yeah, back to the mud room, laundry room. Oh yeah, Jungle Adventure. Oh yes, I love that Jungle Adventure tile. It's so cool. Good old glitchy glitch there of the plants. I don't know if I fixed it. I think I did. We'll find out. But you know, I like the inside of these windows. Again, really nice windows in cottage living. Those are nice ones that could be used. They don't have the shutters as well as an option, so those are nice. I'll probably use those in other builds that are not cottagey. But this one is a more cottagey one. So yeah, that wall there, that's gray, I end up changing that to the other cottage wall. You'll see when I do the walkthrough. And then yeah, we have the mirror. I did want to put that, oh yeah, the mirrors from Outdoor Retreat. It's so high up on the wall, but I kind of like it, so yeah. I just didn't know how to fill that space behind though, so I ended up just putting some stuff on, hope for the best, a cow plant thing, you know. Lots of foliage. I mean, there's already flowers all over the wall, but might as well put flowers everywhere too. Again, these are two old lesbians. What do you want? Okay? They love the flowers. They're loving the cottage core, okay? That's why we're here. Nadia and Liz have lived their life in Willow Creek, and now they want to retire to Henford-on-Bagley. I understand their pain, okay? Anyway, if your sim also enjoys the pain, hates the pain of living in Willow Creek, you may want to also download this. I guess you could put it in Willow Creek, but you know, it's just a vibe, right? The vibe I feel is more Henford-on-Bagley. Anywho, I will say, the columns, that wallpaper I'm a big fan of. There's a few swatches I love. And the wood floors are my favorite, absolute favorite things in the Cottage Living pack. And then the play aspect, like basically all of the play stuff, I think is so great. I've been having so much fun with it. So gonna definitely continue that fun. Do some rags to riches and see how they go, you know? I want my sim to have the perfect farm life, but we have to build it up, right? She's a gardener. She's got to sell everything from scratch. Yeah, so I did use the Cottage Living counters in the bathroom, actually, because I wanted that farmer sink so badly, and I thought that swatch looked good. So yeah, I put like a little storage area. There's like the little nook, like I said, for the bathroom that's cut beside the laundry. Makes it a little bit easier, and then like a towel rack above it, just so everyone can, you know, have some space filling areas. Yeah, it's a nice decent sized bathroom with some foliage, and everyone can use it. This is the main floor one, so guests also use it. And I guess that's the thing that's a little weird about it, is like the master bedroom's downstairs, but if they wanted, they could move the master bedroom upstairs to the loft. You could, and make the upstairs bathroom the main bathroom. Or you could just walk up the stairs and use the bath upstairs. I mean, that's also an option. It's not like you're, I mean, but that's the issue, is they're retiring here, so like, will they be able to walk up the stairs recently? I don't know. They may start losing their mobility. But, you know, you can make that choice. Right now, that's why I put them on the first floor, is because I want them to be able to walk. And, the upstairs, it's got like a loft bunk bed, so it's more like with a grandkid or some two grandkids come to stay, you know. Not that that happens in Sims. I really wish that we could do that. You could have like a little, like, you know, sleepover at grandma and grandpa's, like as an event, you know. I feel like if they were to do like a generations pack, there would be stuff like that. They'd be like, you know, play dates or like family reunion. Oh my god, how sweet would that be? Family reunions, or like, yeah, just like the ability for them to be like, hey, like, grandma, grandpa, we're gonna have a like day at your house, and just like send the kids over there, and you can like control them and stuff, make it like an event, so it's not as like weird. I don't know. I guess we could see, but that could be a generations thing. And also prom. I want prom so bad. I miss prom. I miss prom. I miss cars. That's the big thing about Sims 3 I'm like really not happy about, is I wish that we could teach our Sim teens how to drive. And it was just like disastrous. It was so funny watching them. Anyway. My rant is over. So we're going to close off the upstairs here so no one dies when they're walking around. There's that random little nook. I'm like, hey, let's put this jungle adventure foliage in. And then, yes, my struggle with the stupid bunk bed, trying to figure out the direction I wanted it to go in. I don't know why it took me this long, but I figured it out eventually. I think the auto bunk bed messed me up. But we got this little area. It's actually an office space because Liz is still working as a lawyer, so she does have her typewriter computer upstairs. Oh, and yes, I did accidentally delete the upstairs there. Yes, that's what that was. I did it a couple of times where I just accidentally deleted the whole rooms. It was not good. All right, upstairs bath. Now this is like my dream upstairs bathroom. It's beautiful. It's white, it's pristine. I saw a house on Instagram. It's actually, if you know, from the Bachelor franchise. It's Ari and Lauren. They just renovated their bathroom for their twins. And I know it seems ridiculous, yet their twins have their own bathroom. Let me just get to the point. My point is they had this amazing setup for the bath shower area where it was like glass, and then you walk through the glass, and there's the one side is like the shower with the rain head and stuff, and then the other side you walk over and it's the bathtub. So that's what I was inspired by here. It's what I tried to sort of like go by off of. It doesn't look quite the same, obviously, but it's sort of my idea. I use my windows to create panes of glass, and everything is functional, so it's all that matters. We also needed a mirror still, so it was kind of weird. I put the sinks under the window. I don't do that normally because I usually like putting the mirrors over the sink. But in this case, the Jungle Adventure sinks, they have that weird back anyways, and it goes all the way up to the sink or the window base, so it ended up working out. Yeah, so like I said, this is a very black and white bathroom. I made everything black and white, and even the tile. And it's just very clean, I think. That's why I like it. So that's like they've renovated this place recently upstairs. This is like a new extension. You could say that the cottage up here used to be like an attic, kind of. And it was unusable space, and then they made it into a bathroom and like a loft area. I think it's usable space. I mean, my Sims have used it quite a bit. What can I say? I highly recommend. But anyway. Yeah, putting all the clutter details is a lot, you know? Like, that's kind of what takes the longest, in my opinion. But, yeah. Some shelving to put over top of... Oh, yep, there I go, deleting the entire bathroom. See? Sometimes I make mistakes. So the shelving is pretty. Can't slot anything on it, though, because, like, I sized it down. But that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's supposed to be just aesthetic. We have also some nice little curtains that are sized down from Vintage Glamour stuff, I think they put. Yeah. And it's just like a kind of shapes up that area a little bit. I like that a lot. I think it's very symmetrical. All right, and then I wanted to copy the wallpaper, but then I thought it would be a lot, you know, like a lot. And then I thought, ooh, maybe I can change the wallpaper downstairs, and I was like, no, I like the wallpaper. So compromise. I found a different wallpaper to use. I actually used one that comes from the base game. So it's got the white paneling and the flowers. I think it matches that bed pretty well. And then we just have regular Parenthood stuff for your mirror and your dresser, obviously. It's got some very weird slotting on that dresser, though, I will say. You'll see when I try to put stuff on it. It's just, I don't know why. It's just weird. But anyway. Oh, those floors. I'm so obsessed with them still. Like, I would even use those floors in, like, a brand new house. They're just so pretty. I just love them. I know they're supposed to be old, but I just love them. And then, yeah, getting some curtains. We always love curtains. That's a nice window, though. I wish they could actually sit in those, like, window seats, you know? It'd be kind of nice if they could take advantage. But no. Anyways, we have laundry as well, so we'll have to throw some laundry hampers around. But I think it's a nice space up there now. All right. And I think I'm going to start actually trying to get the outside done soon. The outside, oh man, the outside was a trip. So I used the new terrain paint there for the stone. I like it. It is kind of purpley, but I kind of like it. It works for their vibe. So I wanted it to be a very mystical area in the backyard there. So this is like the area where you can eat and hang out. So we have like a table. And then we're gonna go into debug and start the process here. So if you ever want to know, it's BB, you go up into Control-C, bb.show hidden objects, bb.show live edit objects, and then you go and search debug, and you'll see all these things pop up. You have to scroll through. Unfortunately, it's kind of annoying, but it is how it is. We don't have to pay for it, so that's the effort, right? So this is all free stuff. I'm not paying for it. It's all zero simoleons. It's not going towards the value of the house. So I like to use my do that landscaping with the free money because landscaping is usually very expensive. I know that landscaping is expensive in real life, and I want to say it's unreasonably expensive. It's probably not unreasonable at all. I don't know a lot about landscaping in real life. I barely garden. I barely can take care of a plant. I have one eucalyptus, or I don't know if it's even a eucalyptus. I give it an ice cube every week, and it survives. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but I will say that I think that landscaping in The Sims just adds up way too fast. So that's why I like to use debug. So I'm making this a very mystical, bushy area, lots of flowers. Because again, these are, cottagecore lesbian. Okay, this debug tree I'm obsessed with. And then you put the lights on top. Yes. Anyways, I was saying cottagecore lesbians, right? Nadia and Liz, they've always loved the cottage and the country and stuff, and now they finally own one, so it's exciting. Anyway, they want to have a mystical, flowery garden backyard, okay? That's just how it is. So we have these bushes. You can always find these bushes in every pack debug, I swear. I searched just in cottage living debug just to make my life easier, and because it's too overwhelming otherwise. There's so many options. So I have so many different things. I was like, oh, should I put a car? No, we don't have space. Do we have space for a fountain? No. So, decisions had to be made. But filling in a little bit of the bushes area with flowers, making it a little bit nicer in the front there. I have that little wagon thing. I also end up adding the bike I add. I like the bike a lot. I think it's cute. I also am using the Get Together mailbox because, it matches this type of vibe a lot, I think. I mean, Get Together does do pretty well with this pack. I think they look nice. Oh, those debug light lampposts too, very nice. Very, very nice. And we have a couple of trees as well that I placed down. Not too many, just enough to fill it. Oh, wow. I should have put a tractor. I mean, it doesn't fit at all, but just had a tractor in the middle of the village. Why not? See, this is my problem. This is why I shouldn't do this. Anywho's. Those flowers too, I sized them up with the big pink things on top. Love them. The small version, not big enough for me. I had to size them up to make them look huge. It was just too good. Oh, there's a small version. I kept a few small versions, but trust me, the large version is where it's at. And I like those little fern areas. There's quite a lot of debug bushes that are good for filling foliage in, which is nice. I really like those bushes too, the flower bushes sized up. They look really nice just thrown through. Again, I'm also using BB Move objects on to place all of this stuff, obviously. So when you download, make sure you have that on. I do tag it. I think I tagged it as well, just to make it clear, but just in case. Oh, look how giant it is. I love it. It looks like a giant flower. It looks like the Strangerville mother flower alien. I don't know why. Oh yeah, and then I was like, oh, I definitely think that this light should attach to this roof across. I don't know why, but it's so whimsical. I love it. So filling in the side area with this bush, oh man, it comes together fast, huh? I sometimes it seems like it'll take forever. And then you speed it up, and there it is. Surprise, surprise. So filling in a little bit of dirt, too. I just like to put a little bit of dirt around to make it look more realistic around the, areas where people walk and around the foliage and bushes and stuff. Because obviously there's planting. You're not going to just have green. And I think I also put a path. I did put a path, yes, to the front. It matches the other path, but it doesn't match this path, which is fine. I'm okay with that. The sacrifices had to be made. When we're using debug, it kind of fills in a little bit, right? So the debug landscaping kind of fills in those patches that look odd. It's kind of how I fix everything. You just hide it, just hide it. And then we have on this section, so this is the outside area right outside the master suites. They have their own little private balcony with the lounge chairs. They can sunbathe in them if they'd like, even though there's an umbrella. But they can. But isn't that beautiful? So I think we're going to be going into this tour in a second. Um, just making sure we have a barbecue. That was important. I'm taking pictures in case you couldn't see. I was taking screenshots. Anyways, here is our tour. There are Liz and Nadia. They now live here. So we're going to go on a quick tour up into the inside. So here is the main floor lobby foyer area. You walk in. There's the kitchen, dining room, the modern extension with all of the windows and the skylight. And you can see I changed the cottage stone on that wall. So then we go through to the living room. There's the floating TV, but you know, it's totally fine. And then at the back we have our garden, our whimsical garden area. I filled in the chairs and stuff. On this side, there's the master bedroom. So that's where Liz and Nadia are. And then they have their master balcony here that they enjoy. They have a little spot to see the village. And then they walk through, that's the laundry room, mud room, where like Nacho has his cat litter and everything. There's also another coat rack right outside the bathroom. There's the toilet, and then there's the other, door into the master. So it is a ensuite. All right, up the stairs we go. Ready? Pop, pop. Confusion. There we are. Up the stairs we go. So there's our son Theo enjoying our little typewriter, but that's the loft office area where his granddaughters also stay, and the master bathroom, I guess, or just bathroom upstairs with the beautiful bathtub walk-in shower. So the modern upstairs is beautiful. There it is. Thank you so much. You can download on Aliatana. Bye for